I have got a problem.
And this cart is going to solve it. We just need to build it first. I live in an undisclosed Midwestern city in an 800 square foot apartment that is over 80 years old. So, needless to say, space is, boy howdy, not plentiful, especially for things like art supplies, markers, journaling, just all of it in general. Right now, all of my stuff is spread amongst 4 or 5 different locations around my entire apartment. So this little handy dandy IKEA cart and a few other accessories is going to be a game changer for me in my crafting adventures, as I will put it. So let's go and put this together and get it all set up.
So I got a variety of different things from IKEA aside from the cart. So the cart itself I felt like was a good size, but I had this idea to basically buy one of these pegboards that IKEA sells that you would typically attach to the side of a desk and affix it to the cart itself. So the feet that you see me putting on are meant for this pegboard to basically attach to a desk, and you can see I'm upset here because I put them on backwards. So I used the feet to attach the pegboard to the base of the cart, and then I zip tied the pegboard to kind of the mid section of the cart itself so it wouldn't fall forward. Now these feet, they were kind of finicky to get on because obviously they're not meant to go onto an IKEA cart, but I got them on just fine. It just took a little bit of work.
Okay, so I got the board attached. These zip ties are a little off center, which is kind of bugging me a little bit, but also I don't know how I could fix that other than taking them off and moving them. So they're on there already, so I think they're just going to stay there now. But basically, my plan worked. So let's open some of these other things. So this is the first thing I have, which are these kind of wire bound baskets. And these were all like the same section of IKEA. So they just you just take them and they should, I believe, just kind of hook right on. So I'm going to see if they'll fit over this thing right here. Let's see, where's the little hooks at? Okay, here's one of them, and here's the other one. Yeah, they just this one just literally went right on there. I don't know why I'm surprised. That's what they're supposed to do. It feels a little flimsy. Like if I hit it here, it just kind of pops off. So I might end up taking a smaller little zip tie and zip tying it through the little mesh on the back to get it to stick on there just a little bit better. But this one just hooks right on there. Okay, this one feels it's about the same. They're a little bit loose on there. And then here's the last little one. And then I also have some of these, which, okay, these ones that are made out of metal, these are solid. These feel a lot more stable. They were more expensive, by the way, but they have these extra little feet on the bottom of them that make them stay on there a lot better. And I also have this little set of hooks that I wanted to put my scissors on. So let me get a couple of those out. So I have 3 sets of scissors. So scissors might be good. A set might be good to put them kind of maybe right here. And these are definitely hanging on there just a little bit. And then I also have kind of this, they also sell this box that has a whole variety of things in it. I mostly wanted it, oh my gosh. Things are flying everywhere. You can tell that we're recording this live because I'm just throwing everything around. So it has an extra one of these boxes in it, which I really liked. There's also this really long box, so I was thinking maybe even this one could go across the whole upper part. I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of play around a little bit and see how things fit on. So I'm gonna get some of my supplies that have been not organized for all this time and start kind of working things in here and see how things go. And then obviously I have these 3 tiers of the actual cart that will fit things as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some stuff and start working all this.
So the way that I started all of this was I went ahead and I did add zip ties to all of the baskets on the back. The way that I did it was I just basically fed a zip tie kind of up through the bottom of the pegboard and through one of the little slits on the back of these kind of meshy baskets, and then was able to zip it closed around the back of it. And just by adding that single zip tie, it literally made a world of difference and kept these little basket things on there so well. I don't think I would recommend you get them unless you needed that extra little basket space, like specifically that size, and you couldn't use the metal ones. Because the metal ones I didn't need the zip tie at all. I couldn't zip tie them even if I wanted to. But I do like the baskets for the things that I am using them for.
Okay, so I have everything kind of put together with it. I've spent some more time going through and kind of organizing all of my markers and supplies and everything on here. So I'll kind of just walk through how I've set it up. So the whole goal of this cart was to make things easily accessible to me as I am going about doing crafts and book journaling and all these different things. So having all the markers on top was really important to me so that I could easily pull out a color, put it back in when I'm done with it, pull out a different kind of marker, all that, see all my pens, markers, and pencils all together. So in the center here, you can see it as well, I've put all my pencils into this kind of really kind of tall, it's an old water bottle, but it actually works perfect for pencils because since they have, at least mine, have kind of fragile tips on the front of them because they are made out of beeswax, I believe. It makes sure that my hand doesn't accidentally ram the top of these and break them off. And it also means that they don't have to be stored upside down and get their points all mashed. So they're always nice and sharpened for me to use when I need them. So that's kind of everything on top. I've just kind of used some mugs I have, some old cups. So I have several mugs that I really like the graphics on them. I don't want to use them as mugs because I don't want to end up breaking them accidentally because they're important to me. I like looking at them, not broken. So on the side here, I kind of have my other markers. So all my paint markers made their way into these kind of side compartments here. And then kind of one of these side baskets, I have things like my rulers and some of my highlighters and my X-Acto blade and just some other kind of miscellaneous pens. Like this is my really nice pencil I use for everything. It has a nice kind of metal uh, stem to it that's really nice. This kind of short shelf towards the bottom, I used it to hold my HP Sprocket printer as well as all my extra printer film for it. So I use that to print off things like book covers and other graphics that I like to use for things. And then this very bottom basket, I've put my book journal or my reading journal into it to kind of hold in there. And it fits perfectly in there. And I like that it has a nice place that I can all just kind of stay all together inside of this whole cart here. So it's always ready to go. So I can just move this wherever I want to work on it. And it's all there. So I also have my scissors at the bottom as well. And I've hung my scissors onto these hooks that I also got that are meant to go on there, and they just hang perfectly on there. And I've tried scooting this cart around a lot, and they do not fall off these hooks. They stay on there really nicely. So my only complaint about this board in general is that these more mesh kind of uh, mesh baskets, they don't stay attached to the board very well. So I've gone ahead and I've zip tied all of them to the actual individual board so that as I scoot this cart around and pull things out, they don't just fly off it. These metal ones though, such as this one that I have all of my markers inside of it, they actually stand really well because they have these little feet on the ends of them that keep them from flying off. So these work great. Highly would recommend these. The mesh ones, not so much. They don't stay on there as well. If I was redoing this again, I would say I probably would still get the mesh basket just because I really like this big one for the reading journal. I would say if you don't want to have your reading journal or a book or something on your cart in that in that way, I would not get the mesh ones. I would just get these metal ones. You can buy these metal ones in individual packs or you can buy them in a multi-pack. I got both, and probably the next time I go to IKEA, I'll probably end up getting 2 more of these metal ones just because, one, they're so easy and they're nice that you can take them off if you want to have them on the table with you. And they stay on really well. They're pretty sturdy and you can buy them individually. So that's kind of the whole board setup. Additionally, for the board, I bought feet that I believe I showed them at the beginning, where they're meant to attach to a table surface, but I use them to attach it to the base of this cart as well as I zip tied it onto the back. You'll need to do that. You'll need to get those things if you want to attach this on there. This would not stay attached without those feet because the feet basically keep the board upright and then the zip ties keep it from just falling forward. So they both kind of play an equal role. So turning the cart around, I've also put all of my washi tape, I've just kind of zip tied them together. And this is nice because I can easily pull them off that way. And then kind of along the back here, I've put my acrylic stamps kind of into the side as well as my drawing pencil sets and my pencil sharpener as well as my ink pads. And I've put together these kind of foam or kind of a fabricy uh, boxes kind of containers, and I've just put a couple of clips between them and hold them together, and I can really nicely pull these out, so I have plenty of extra space. I've gone ahead and thrown this extra roll of almost empty washi tape inside of there, and this fits really nicely right inside the cart, and it allows for some extra space around the edges. I've done kind of the same thing on the bottom shelf here, where I put all of my kind of fancy papers and stickers and stuff inside of those. So that is pretty much the entire cart for the most part. So this is the whole setup. I'm very satisfied with it. I did end up moving the feet of the board around because I said that it was interfering with the wheels a little bit, so it can freely move around as usual, and I am really, really satisfied with it. I'm really happy with how this came out. I love that I can move it around the room with me wherever I need to go to, and it just has everything right here, easily accessible for me to grab, for me to get to it, and I love it. It worked out great. So if you have questions about this, I've linked all the stuff that I've used for this in the description down below. So feel free to go and shop your heart out down there. And if you have questions about what I did for this or just anything in general, leave it in the comments down below. Try to read as many of those as I can. And yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, please comment with the, I don't know, the pen emoji so I can tell that you made it to the end. And I'd love for you to subscribe. I'll have a lot more videos kind of covering my reading journey and just anything else in general, life unfiltered in your 20s as a college student myself. And yeah, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.